think Friday might work for us. Or no, Saturday might work for us. All right, so we'll go ahead and get rolling, you guys. Good to see you. Thanks for being on. Happy July 21st. Hopefully you guys are having an amazing month so far. It's travel season. Some of the kids are going back to school. Molly's kids are going back to school next week. And so we know that all things are moving, trying to get summer wrapped up, get ready for for school season. So it's a busy time for all of us, business as well as in our personal. And so we understand at a very, very high level, but it didn't stop you guys. You still produce at a high level. We'll get into the numbers in a moment. I'm going to turn it over to Carina, and then we're going to go right over to Rebecca. There's some things that she wants to share about community events. And so we'll go over to Carina for our teaching moment of the week.
All right. So this one is like one of my favorites. It's bloopers from CAR about like RPAing purchase contracts and the biggest mistakes that they are seeing. I also see these mistakes. So one is using the date prepared instead of the date of acceptance as your like day zero on your contract. Some people think it's at the top of the contract. That's the day you use, but that's not true. It has to be a fully accepted offer before the deadlines go into effect. Number two is confusing business days with calendar days. So, business days meaning like not holidays, not weekends, calendar days being like in chronological order of your calendar. Those two are big on the contract. One is assuming the seller's repairs can wait until the buyer removes their contingencies. They can't. All the timelines stay in effect, even if the buyer hasn't removed their contingencies yet. Misunderstanding the notice to perform. So a lot of people think that you can just shorten that to whatever you want to put in there, 1 day to, or like try and shorten it. If you shorten it, you will make it null. So it doesn't go into effect if you do less than the standard 2 days to perform. So counting on the days. Reducing that 2 day notice, that's the same thing. Misunderstanding access to the property. So you can have a non-contingent offer, but there's still informational access to the property unless that was countered out or you've removed that. So a lot of people think, oh, it's a contingent free offer. So I'm not going to have any buyers coming through the property. The buyers still can access that property to take measurements, bring people through. The agent might need to do their avid, all of those things, of course, notifying the seller and the agent, but it doesn't remove that just because you've removed that contingency. And then the last is just assuming a request for repairs extends deadlines in the contract. It doesn't automatically extend the timelines. You still have to negotiate that and either get an extension in place or remove those applicable contingencies. I'll post this in the chat with the remedies in Slack, and let me know if you have questions.
Beautiful. Awesome, Carina. Thank you. Rebecca, you are up. There's something that you wanted to share with the group.
Yes, I'm sponsoring an event with a local business. They have their grand opening this Saturday. So if you have any friends or family out in the Central Valley with either little ones on the spectrum or just some limited disabilities, it's a sensory center and they offer licensed therapists there. Everything at $75 a month for a membership. It's communication, it's everything play. It's just a bunch of things that they'll do there for these kids. It's a pretty cool program. And I'm sponsoring, they're going to be doing free face painting and a photographer will be there to capture the moment for them. But it's just a really neat thing, I think, for the community out here. A lot of people are excited about it.
Yeah, God, I love this, Rebecca. Awesome. All right, cool. Can you drop the information down below and put it in advance in Slack as well?
I will, for sure.
Awesome. Anybody else have a community event that they're attending, hosting, want to talk about, something they want to bring awareness to, going once, going twice? Okay, cool. Let's keep cruising, you guys. Let's get right into new escrows for the week. Let me pull this right up and I will share my screen, present. All right, cool. So let's get right into it, you guys. So first up, Damian and Blessing got into contract in Antioch on a preferred deal for $143,000. I know a little bit about this deal. These consumers were very, very excited. They were very grateful for Blessing and for Damian, everything that they were able to do. And some people would scoff at that price point, but they were able to see it through, make sure that they, were there for the consumer, and the consumer's completely happy. I know they're not on the screen right now, but they shared that on coaching the other day. Kuhn and Justin got in contract on a preferred in in Oakland for 324, and then Glenn got into contract in Oakland for 329. So Glenn, I'm gonna go over to you, big dog. What were you experiencing in this price point strategy? Talk to us, the good, bad, and the ugly. Let's roll.
So this is for a client that I started working with from Zillow in May 2 years ago. So guess who I don't owe a referral fee to? Zillow. And this is actually a new build over at Brooklyn Basin, so not far from where the office is. And the homes are great. $10,000 seller credit on this one. So Ketty's just been continually looking at it. I mean, we've been working together for over 2 years, and she comes from Colombia. Her mother was here with her, and she's just working really, really hard. And this is huge for her, and also for me as first time home buyer. You know, they make me just as happy as my senior clients. Like first time home buyers and my senior clients, it's like beginning of the journey, and wrapping up this part of their journey. So it was great working with Ketty.
Love it. I love it. 324 and 324. What does that get you at the Brooklyn Basin? One bedroom, one bath?
329, yeah, one bedroom, one bath. But
Perfect.
it's underground parking. It's all of the courtyard and the pool and the
Yep.
hot tub and the barbecue and the gym. I mean, it's not a fitness center; it's a gym, full on gym. Like I
Yeah.
would go there and work out. It's great.
Solid, solid. Well, congratulations to them. Congratulations to you. Let's continue cruising on, you guys. Next up in the category is Brandy. Brandy got in a contract out of Modesto on a preferred, and then TT, also known as Tiance, also known as Tanisha, got in a contract on a preferred in Hayward. So congratulations to both of you. Now, Brandy, I know you're making breakfast for a high of a 5 right now. I think you're making something that is associated with bread. I said cookies, but now I see you rolling out the dough. You're rolling out dough, having 5 kids, raising them, and you're out there selling a bunch of real estate. So, my friend, talk to us about this deal.
This one's actually pretty funny. I'm pretty proud of this one. So last week I went D&D for an entire day, loaded up my kids at midnight. We hit the road, didn't tell them even where we were going. Spent all day there and got back in the car. I thought I was paused on Zillow, but while I was driving, just barely pulling out of a rest stop, my phone rang for Zillow. Looked at it, and it was for a tour for like possibly 30-45 minutes after we would just be getting home, which meaning mom has been up for 48 hours now. And I accepted it. I was like, you know what? I'll accept it. If I can't do it, I'll see if, somebody else on the team wants to do it. Got home. The tour was 30, confirmed it, everything, got home. The tour was 30 minutes later, literally looked half dead showing up, meeting these people. Toured the house. They didn't necessarily want that house, but they sent me tours for the next day. We toured a few, probably about 6 properties in day span, booked them for a buyer's consult, got a buyer's consult, walked in, they loved a house, and we placed an offer. So for me, I was just like, you know what, there was a certain reason why my phone rang, and while the crazy mom in me was like, let's go do this.
I love it. Congratulations to you. But I think we missed a part of the story. Where did you take the kids? I don't think I heard that.
We went to Disneyland.
Shut up. All 5 kids? Just you and the kids?
Just me and the kids. Yep. I took them to Disneyland, decided Wednesday afternoon, went and got my rental car at like 4:30, put the kids to bed at 8:30, packed all of our bags, and woke them up at, I think, 1 o'clock in the morning, and headed out.
Wow. Give this woman a medal, right? Taking 1 kid to Disneyland is a lot, but 5 kids and then traveling and all that. So, and then taking the Zillow call. Well, congratulations to you. And I'm glad that you were able to make those memories with the kids. Was it the little one's first time?
No, so they've been a couple times.
Okay.
This is probably going to be the trip that they actually remember. And we went
Yeah.
so super crazy. Like, I'll wrap it up really quick. We went so last year I did kind of a similar thing. And we went to Disneyland. So this year I did California Adventure, but California Adventure closes earlier than Disneyland. So, I praise Disneyland wholeheartedly. Tickets right now for kids are $50 guys. Just a little plug right now. But we ended up getting into Disneyland for 3 hours. For the end of the night, stayed till midnight, got in my car at 1 o'clock from the parks and headed back home. So
Wow, that's wild, my friend. Well, congratulations on all ends. I'm glad that you're able to make those memories with the kids. Next up, Aaron and Lisette got into contract on a preferred deal in Antioch as well, and Daniela Lopez got in contract in Oakland for $490. I do see Lisette and Aaron here. I'll turn it over to Lisette. Lisette, talk to us about this deal. What were you guys experiencing? How long did you have this lead? And give us all the cliff notes. Let's roll.
Yeah, I'm gonna tag my partner Aaron in shortly because this was one of Aaron's Zillow preferred leads that he got in, and he brought me in because the clients are Latinos. And so the daughter is the one that does all the translations, but ultimately it's good to have someone that speaks the language. And we actually Aaron got them. Aaron did a ton of work front end because we've had this client for like 8 months. And they started off heavy, then they took a little bit of a break because their car broke down. And then maybe 2 months ago, they came back into the picture, and Aaron got them into contract on a mobile home in Concord that it just didn't work out for them. Thank the Lord, because after speaking with them and getting a good understanding of what rent spaces are out here, they wanted to be in Antioch, and believe it or not, the mobile rent spaces are like $1,700, $1,800 a month, which is asinine to me. And
Yeah.
we decided to flip them because ultimately they wanted home ownership in land. So we got them in contract at a beautiful little tiny house in Antioch over by the marina. And so far, everything is going great. They're a wonderful family. They're El Salvadorian, just like me. Whoop, whoop. But they've been a handful. Let me tell you, they've been a handful. So I'm almost like, next transaction, I am teaching Aaron Spanish because
It's
it
on you
has
next time,
been
big dog. It's on you.
it
I
has
love
been
this.
a lot, a lot, a lot. I love working with Aaron. I love our relationship. We're super excited for the clients. Should be closing on the 3rd. We were able to get them a house, a 3-bedroom, 1-bath home at 450. I actually think they're going to walk in with a good amount of value because I don't really think it's going to appraise at that amount. And we're currently negotiating inspections, and we got them $10,000 in credit. So overall, I'm very, very excited for my family. They're older, they're seniors, and this is the first time that they're going to own anything. So that always puts a smile on our faces when we can help make that happen.
Let's go. Let's go. I love that. Aaron, anything additional on that topic?
Yeah, my 2 cents is lean on your Spanish speaking partners because this client, the daughter, God bless her, she is the most optimistic, lovely ray of sunshine ever. The daughter is awesome. All of them are incredible, but the daughter is like the one that I'm always talking to because it's like she's first generation. She speaks English like whatever. I had them out. I was showing. She's speaking Spanish to her mom. And I don't know what the hell's going on. Her mom just smiling like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then we get into contract. She's like, no, I hate it. And I'm like, what happened? Like, and so it's important to have your Spanish speaking partners actually speaking the native tongue because even it's one of those clients that we all encounter them where you tell them something and then the next day they ask you again and again and again and again. Well, if they're doing it in Spanish and you don't speak Spanish, like you don't really know what's going on. And so Lisette has definitely been carrying the load ever since that mobile home fell out of contract because they just randomly like loved it but didn't love it the next week. Like she's been totally communicating with them 150%. And again, God bless Giovanna. She's the greatest girl in the world, but I can't count on her talking to her mother. They speak the same language, but a different language for sure.
Well, right on, you guys. Really good stuff. And Mama San, I see you out there taking out your hand wraps. There's something powerful when you wrap your hand and you wrap your thumb and you wrap all your knuckles and you put your boxing gloves on. Something, but you might want to wash those things because they start to smell a little bit. But anyway, I've been there, done that, my friend. Been there, done that. So let's continue cruising on, you guys. Next up, Lisette once again got into contract in Oakland. Christine Holt got into contract for 575, and June got into contract in Folsom for 690. Let's go, Lisette, really quick, rapid fire. Talk to us about this deal for 500,000.
Ah, this is my favorite transaction of the year. So he's a young Latino as well, 27 years old, and he won the lottery on the California Dream for All. None of my clients
Oh,
won, but he did. And he doesn't have high buying power. He's literally at $500, 500,000, excuse me, and he wanted to stay in Oakland because that's where he's from. Unfortunately, 500 in Oakland does not get you very much anymore. And we were actively searching like 2 to 3 times every single week for the past 3 months. It was getting to the point where I was like, Lord, I cannot fail him. Help me, because everything that we were finding were fixers. They needed an insane amount of work, and that just wasn't his situation. So I met this Compass agent who's also a flipper, and they had a bad experience with the first buyer that went into contract. Luckily for us, they fell out of contract, but they appraised at like 550. And after much back and forth communication, they basically didn't want to take the risk, even at a higher price point, of accepting another buyer and it falling out of contract again. So they accepted our offer, which my max was 500,000. I couldn't go above that. And I already know that he's walking in with $50,000 worth of equity. But because of that, I really couldn't get him anything else other than $1,000 worth of seller's credit. I was pushing it as much as I could because he needs it. But I am so excited because the transaction has been so smooth. The entire family is to the moon and back. And he's 27. He's very young. And this is the first step that he's going to take into homeownership, generational wealth. I couldn't be more excited for him and more thankful because God really opened doors for this when we were about to give up. He only had until August to find a home, and literally just in the nick of time, we found something.
and I love this, Lisa. I think that there's a world that you live in that you should be creating a lot of Spanish speaking content. I think like that's your lane. You get so excited saying I'm representing my community, helping my Spanish speakers, first time home buyers. Like I think more content from you in Spanish, I think it would do really, really well. Just coupled with your personality and your spirit and how you truly want to serve people at a high level. I think that the community needs more of that. But really good testimony. I appreciate you sharing, my friend. Next up is Jay and Kenny in Daly City, 845. I think recently, correct me if I'm wrong, Kenny, Jay was named, it was at Real Trends. He was the #1 Daly City agent. And so super stoked to see him grow, continue to grow. I remember when we first met Jay. Kenny, tell us about this deal in Daly City.
I had I have a lender that sends me literally a couple of deals a month. This one was in looking Pacifica, Daly City. So these buyers had a ceiling of $1 million, which doesn't go too far, but Jay's was on top of it, went out for showings immediately. We had a buyer consultation within the first week over Zoom. And yeah, you got in contract. This is like still negotiating right now.
Beautiful. Phil, I see your message in chat. Just make sure that you fill out the teamfastescrows.com. That way we have record of the deal and we could put your name and lights on next week's slides. But congratulations early, and we'll make sure to celebrate that on next week's slides. So continuing on, Kuhn got in contract in Hayward for 1.7. So congratulations to you. And then let's go over to our seller side. Blessing got her listing into contract for 527. Kuhn got his listing into contract for 610,000. And Jen and Jessica got their their listing into contract in Pinole for 720,000. That Pinole market, that Richmond market, El Sobrante, El Cerrito, Albany, those are markets that we have actually done very, very well in. So congratulations to these two. And then last up is Justin and Kuhn in Oakland for 1.1. So well done, everybody. Last week, we had 16 new escrows, a little shy of $10 million in new volume. So well done. Congratulations on a solid week for last week. And then let's go to headshots. If you don't have your headshots, if you need new headshots, if you want to refresh, make sure to hit that QR code, sign up for your new headshots, make sure that you get yourself in the studio and have some really, really fresh new shots of you, different, obviously imagery and different styles and so on and so forth. And then you guys, we had our door knocking session last week for our prospecting mastery series. We're also going to go another week and we're going to do social media lead development, and that's going to happen at HQ. You guys continue to come out. The house was packed. We had some fun. We had food, very interactive training. This is not a hybrid session where you can go and zoom in on this. This is in person and be a part of the collective wisdom. So my hope is that I get to see you guys this Friday. And then please make sure to clear your calendars, schedule accordingly. Make sure that you're at the office next week, July 29th from 1 to 5 o'clock. This is our annual Team Fast cookout. We're going to have food. We're going to have games. We're going to have prizes. We're going to have fun. There's going to be music. It's going to feel like you're at your friend's backyard barbecue. This is going to be, just as fun, if not more fun than it was last year. So I want to make sure that you guys come out, join us. If you have the little ones are still out of school, feel free to bring them to the office with you guys, but there are going to be food and music and all things. So come out and join us. That's at HQ next week, 1 to 5. Please make sure to park in the parking garage, and I'll see you guys then. You guys, that is everything that we have for you. Continue to show up for coaching. Continue to come to the in-person sessions. We're loaded up for the summertime. We have all kinds of events, all kinds of things that we're going to be doing. And so just show up. All we want you guys to do is to show up to these events and contribute and provide your insights. Everybody has a voice. Everybody has an opinion. Everybody has a contribution. And so we want to make sure that we continue to fill the room with your amazing souls. Kenny, any parting words before we head out?
None for me.
Okay, perfect. Brandy's making homemade tortillas. So if you would like a batch, please DM her if you'd like a batch of homemade tortillas. You guys have an amazing, amazing day. And as always, be you, but fast. If you need anything, you know where to find us. Peace and love, my friends.